Ladies and gentlemen, listen closely. What I'm about to share with you will shake your core and ignite a fire within like never before. This is not just advice. This is a wake-up call, a call to greatness, a call to break free from the chains that have held you back. You see, most people wander through life asleep, stuck in patterns of doubt, fear, and limitation. For mediocrity, because they believe they don't have what it takes to step into the life they dream about. But let me tell you something, the power to change your story, the power to create an extraordinary life is already inside you. Right now, at this very moment, imagine for a second what would happen if you refused to be a victim of circumstance. What if you decided today, right now, to take full responsibility for your results? To rise no matter how many times you've fallen? To be relentless in your pursuit of your vision? That's where transformation happens. You've got to master your mindset. Your mind is a garden. What you plant and nurture will grow. So plant empowering thoughts. Water them with massive action, and watch as the impossible becomes possible. Remember, your destiny is not dictated by your past or your environment, shaped by your decisions in this very moment. But here's the secret that will leave you truly speechless. Success is not about luck or talent. It's about consistent, massive action fueled by unshakable belief. It's about creating momentum through the pain and refusing to stop until you reach your breakthrough. So ask yourself, what story are you telling yourself? Are you playing small, or are you ready to unleash the giant inside? Are you ready to stop waiting for permission and start creating your legacy? This is your time. Stand up. Speak out. Take control and watch how the world moves to meet the energy you bring. Because when you tap into this power, when you align your purpose with your passion and take massive action, nothing can stop you. Not failure, not fear, not even doubt. Your breakthrough is waiting, and trust me, it will leave you speechless. Too often, people fall into the trap of believing that their circumstances control their destiny. They look outside themselves for reasons why things haven't gone their way, blaming luck, other people, or the environment they live in. But the truth is, the moment you shift your focus inward, you unlock a power that is unstoppable. The real change begins when you realize that your life is a direct reflection of the choices you make every single day. When you accept that the results you want start with your decisions, you stop being a passenger and become the driver of your own destiny. Shift in mindset is the foundation of any transformation. At the core of this transformation lies the mind, the battleground where success is won or lost. Thoughts are like seeds planted in the soil of your consciousness. What you choose to nurture and grow determines the life you will live. You cultivate doubt, fear, and limitation. That's exactly what will take root and flourish. But if you feed your mind with empowering beliefs, focus on solutions instead of problems, and commit to relentless action, yourself up for massive growth. The greatest breakthroughs happen when you commit to consistently rewiring your mindset in and day out, no matter how tough it gets. There's a misconception that success depends on some combination of luck or innate talent. That's simply not true. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not some secret skill or fortunate circumstance, but an unrelenting commitment to taking massive, focused action. About momentum, the powerful force that builds when you refuse to quit, even when the going gets tough. The difference is in those who keep pushing forward, adjusting their strategies, learning from every failure, and using setbacks as fuel. Success isn't an accident. It's a result of deliberate, consistent effort powered by unwavering belief in your ability to succeed. Now, crucial truth that will challenge the stories you've been telling yourself. Have a choice about the narrative that defines you. Are you telling yourself that you're not good enough, that your dreams are out of reach, that the world is against you? If so, it's time to rewrite that story. Your identity is not fixed. You can choose to stop playing small, stop settling for less, and start stepping into the version of yourself that is confident, powerful, and unstoppable. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about uncovering the strength, passion, greatness that's been inside you all along. The journey toward your breakthrough won't be easy. You will face fear, failure, and doubt. These are inevitable parts of the process. But what defines you is how you respond. Will you let those obstacles stop you? Or will you rise above them? Will you let fear silence your voice? Or will you use as a signal that you're on the right path? Those who achieve greatness are the ones who develop the resilience to keep moving forward, even when everything inside screams to quit. They understand that pain and discomfort are temporary, but the reward of pushing through is lasting. The most important thing to realize is that your moment is happening right now. You don't need to wait for the perfect time, right opportunity, or some external validation. The power is in your hands in this very second. When you decide to stand up, control, and act boldly toward your goals, you create a ripple effect that will change everything. The energy you bring into the world shapes your reality, and when you bring unstoppable energy and commitment, the universe responds in kind. Ultimately, when you align your passion with purpose and fuel it with massive, relentless action, you become a force that cannot be ignored. Inspire others without saying a word because your results speak louder than any excuse or limitation ever could. And that, my friend, what will leave the world, and maybe even yourself, completely speechless. Your mindset is the foundation upon which everything in your life is built. It shapes how you see the world, how you respond to challenges, ultimately the results you create. Imagine your mind as a powerful engine constantly running, influencing your emotions, decisions, and behaviors. If this engine is fueled by doubt, negativity, and limiting beliefs, it will steer you toward frustration, fear, and failure. But when you choose to fuel it with empowering thoughts, clarity, and confidence, it propels you forward with unstoppable force. Power of your thoughts cannot be overstated. Every thought you entertain sets off a chain reaction inside your brain and body. Positive, empowering thoughts release chemicals that boost your energy and focus, while negative thoughts trigger stress and hesitation. Yet, many people don't realize how much control they actually have over this process. You're not a passive passenger to your mental state. You're the driver. You decide what thoughts to welcome and which ones to dismiss. It all starts with awareness. Begin by paying attention to the story you tell yourself throughout the day. What's the narrative running in the background? Are you constantly doubting your abilities, fearing failure, or expecting the worst? Or are you affirming your strengths, visualizing success, and focusing on solutions? This inner dialogue is the soil in which your future grows. When you consciously choose to replace negative, limiting thoughts with empowering, Supportive ones, you change the very landscape of your mind. But changing your mindset isn't just about positive thinking alone. It's about coupling those thoughts with massive, consistent action. Without action, even the most empowering thoughts remain just words. Action, the bridge that connects your mindset to real results. Through consistent, focused effort that your beliefs are tested, strengthened, and proven true. Action creates momentum. First step might feel small, but it sets everything in motion. When you act, you gain clarity, confidence, and progress. Then the next step becomes easier, and the next one after that. Momentum grows like a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining speed and size until it's unstoppable. This momentum is fueled by the daily choices you make. Getting up early, practicing your skills, reaching out to new people, or simply persevering when others give up. Consistency is the secret weapon here. People start strong but fizzle out because they expect overnight results or get discouraged by setbacks. Real transformation takes time and dedication. It means showing up every day, even when motivation is low or obstacles appear. It means committing to a process, trusting that the effort you put in now will pay off in the future. Remember, success is not a single act. Series of small, persistent actions performed relentlessly over time. There's also a crucial mindset shift that happens when you combine empowering thoughts with consistent action. Begin to believe in yourself more deeply. Each step forward is evidence that you can overcome challenges and create the life you want. Growing belief reinforces your mindset and fuels even greater action. Powerful feedback loop that transforms your inner world and your external reality simultaneously. Also learn to embrace failure differently. Instead of seeing setbacks as proof that you're not good enough, viewing them as valuable lessons and stepping stones. This resilience is a direct result of both mindset and action working together. When you expect failure as part of the process and act despite it, you build strength and confidence that no obstacle can defeat. Ultimately, mastering your mindset through empowering thoughts and massive, consistent action means taking control of your life at the deepest level. Means no longer being held back by self-doubt, fear, or hesitation. Instead, you become a creator of your destiny, someone who shapes reality through focused belief and purposeful effort. This approach will change how you face challenges, how you seize opportunities, and how you envision your future. It transforms your life from a series of random events into a powerful, deliberate journey toward the success and fulfillment you deserve. So start today. Take charge of your thoughts, what you nurture in your mind. Then commit to action, massive, consistent, unstoppable action. The results you've dreamed of are waiting, and your mindset is the key to unlocking the door. Success is not a destination you stumble upon by chance. It's not something gifted to the lucky or the naturally talented. Instead, success is the result of an unshakable belief in yourself combined with the unstoppable force of momentum. When these two come together, they create a powerful energy that propels you forward through every obstacle, doubt, and setback. Belief is the foundation. Deep conviction that what you desire is possible and that you are capable of achieving it. Belief isn't just wishful thinking or blind optimism. It's a certainty forged in the fire of commitment and experience. Truly believe in your vision. You don't just hope things will work out. You know they will. Certainty is what keeps you moving forward even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. Many people fail not because they lack skill or opportunity, but because their belief wavers. Doubt creeps in, feeding fears and insecurities. Momentum stalls. The difference between those who reach their goals and those who don't lies in the ability to hold on to belief no matter what. Unwavering faith in yourself and your purpose that pushes you to take action day after day, even when the path is unclear. But belief alone isn't enough. It must be paired with momentum, a continuous stream of forward movement that builds strength, confidence, and progress. Momentum is like a powerful wave. It starts small, almost imperceptible with the first action you take. But as you keep going, that wave grows bigger, faster, and more unstoppable. Each step forward generates an energy that makes the next step easier and more natural. This momentum doesn't happen by accident. It's built through consistent effort, persistence, and an unwavering refusal to quit. When you commit to moving forward no matter what, you create a force that carries you through challenges and setbacks. Momentum becomes a feedback loop. Action builds momentum, momentum builds confidence, confidence fuels more action, and the cycle continues. Important to understand that momentum is fragile. It can be stopped by hesitation, doubt, or giving into fear. That's why maintaining relentless belief is essential. When doubt threatens to slow you down, your belief acts like an anchor, keeping you grounded and focused. It reminds you of why you started, of what's possible, and of the potential that lies ahead. This combination of belief and momentum forms a resilient engine that powers you through even the toughest times. Think about the stories of those who have achieved extraordinary success. Behind every achievement is a moment when they could have given up, when the obstacles seemed insurmountable or the results too slow. But their belief pushed them beyond those moments, and their momentum carried them forward until breakthrough. They kept showing up, kept taking action, kept pushing despite fear or failure. That's the difference between dreaming and doing. Another key aspect of success driven by belief and momentum is the way it shapes your mindset toward failure. Instead of seeing failure as a stopping point, you begin to view it as part of the journey. A lesson, a course correction, a necessary step toward growth. This shift in perspective frees you from the paralysis that fear of failure creates. Learn to embrace challenges, knowing that each attempt brings you closer to your goal. When you combine relentless belief with momentum, also inspire others around you. People are naturally drawn to energy and confidence. Your commitment becomes contagious, creating a network of support and opportunity. This amplifies your momentum even further, opening doors and creating new possibilities that wouldn't have been available otherwise. Ultimately, success is not about perfection or luck. It's about persistence fueled by belief. It's about showing up every day with a heart full of faith in your vision and a relentless drive to keep moving forward. When you embody this, you become unstoppable. Nothing can hold you back. Not fear, not failure, not doubt. So ask yourself, how strong is your belief? How committed are you to maintaining momentum no matter what? Answers to these questions will determine the trajectory of your life. Embrace belief as your foundation, build momentum through relentless action, and watch how success becomes not just a dream, but an inevitable reality. Every person carries a story inside, narrative that explains who they are, what they're capable of, and what their future holds. Story is the lens through which you view your life, your challenges, and your potential. The incredible truth is that this story is not fixed or predetermined. You have the power to rewrite it at any moment, to shape with your own hands, and to choose the version of yourself that you want to become. Many people don't realize the extent to which their personal narrative controls their life, may believe that their circumstances define them, that because of where they came from, the failures they've experienced, or the limitations they perceive, their path is set in stone. But this is a false belief, a limiting story that traps them in a cage of doubt and fear. The moment you recognize that this story is simply a construct and one you have the power to change is the moment you reclaim control over your life. Choosing your story means deciding what meaning you assign to the events of your past and present. Of seeing setbacks as permanent failures, you begin to view them as valuable lessons, opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient, rather than telling yourself you're not good enough or that success is reserved for others. You craft a story of possibility, courage, and determination. This new story becomes the fuel for your actions and the foundation for your confidence. Important to understand that this is not about ignoring reality or pretending things are perfect. About consciously selecting the interpretation of your experiences that empowers you rather than diminishes you. When you do this, change how you feel, how you act, and ultimately what you achieve. Your story shapes your identity, and your identity shapes your results. The power of choice in your story also frees you from the victim mentality. Easy to fall into the trap of blaming external factors for your circumstances. But when you take ownership of your narrative, move from being a victim of circumstance to being the author of your destiny. This shift is profoundly liberating. It means you are no longer at the mercy of past mistakes, harsh criticism, or negative labels placed upon you. Instead, become someone who is capable of rewriting their future regardless of the past. When you embrace the role of storyteller in your own life, you open the door to new possibilities. You begin to imagine a version of yourself that is stronger, more confident, and more capable than you previously believed. This vision becomes your guiding star, inspiring you to take actions aligned with that story. Choice you make, each step you take reinforces this new identity, making it more real and more powerful. Changing your story isn't always easy. It requires courage to confront long-held beliefs and habits. It demands persistence to keep choosing a new narrative when old doubts and fears arise. But the rewards are immense. You gain clarity, purpose, and the motivation to pursue goals that once seemed out of reach. You start to live life on your own terms, driven by a story that inspires and empowers you. Remember that the story you tell yourself impacts every area of your life, from your relationships to your career to your sense of happiness and fulfillment. When your story is one of limitation and fear, it creates barriers. But when you choose a story of possibility and strength, those barriers begin to crumble. You can start this process today by becoming aware of your inner dialogue. What story are you currently telling yourself? Is it serving you or holding you back? Challenge those old narratives and begin crafting new ones that align with who you want to be. Surround yourself with reminders of your potential, seek out inspiration, and take bold steps that reflect the story you want to live. In the end, the greatest gift you can give yourself is the permission to be the author of your life. No matter what has happened before, No matter how many times you've been knocked down, your story is yours to write. Choose it wisely. Choose it boldly. Choose a story that lifts you up, pushes you forward, and leads you to a life filled with meaning, success, and joy. Your story is waiting. Time to take the pen and start writing. Every great achievement, every moment of transformation, every breakthrough in history shares one common thread. It was forged through the fire of fear, failure, and doubt. Aren't obstacles to avoid or signs that you're on the wrong path. They're essential parts of the process that separate those who settle from those who soar. The truth is, breakthroughs don't happen when things are easy or comfortable. They happen when you decide to keep going despite the resistance inside and outside of you. Fear is the first barrier. It whispers lies, telling you to play it safe, to stick with what you know, to avoid the unknown. Fear tells you that failure will break you, that the risk isn't worth it, that you're not ready. But here's the secret: fear is a signal, not a top sign. A natural response when you're on the edge of something new and meaningful. The moment you feel fear, standing at the doorway of growth. The breakthrough lies on the other side, but only if you step forward anyway. Failure, too, misunderstood. It's not the enemy, it's a teacher. Every setback, every mistake, every misstep is a chance to learn, adjust, and grow stronger. Failure separates those who dream from those who do. It's easy to give up after failing once, twice, or even 10 times. But those who break through know that failure is part of the journey. They know that each failure brings them closer to success because it reveals what doesn't work, sharpening their strategy and deepening their resilience. Doubt is the internal struggle that can sabotage your progress if left unchecked. It creeps in quietly, planting seeds of uncertainty in your mind. Doubt makes you question your abilities, your goals, and your worthiness. Causes hesitation and second guessing, but doubt can also be a catalyst for breakthrough if you learn to confront it head on. When you face doubt with courage and keep taking action despite it, you build confidence and inner strength. Every time you push through doubt, loses power over you. The journey through fear, failure, and doubt is not a straight line. It's messy, unpredictable, and often painful. But it's also where the magic happens. Real growth, real transformation comes when you refuse to let those barriers define you. It comes when you decide that your vision is bigger than your fear, that your desire to succeed outweighs your pain from failure, and that your belief in yourself triumphs over doubt. This is why so many people never experience their true breakthrough. They give in too early. They stop short because fear convinces them it's safer to quit. They interpret failure as a sign they're not cut out for the journey. They allow doubt to freeze them into inaction. But the reality is, the moment you feel like giving up is often the exact moment before your breakthrough. The test of success is not how you start or even how you perform most of the time. It's your ability to persist when the going gets toughest. Persistence is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. Each time you face your fears and act anyway, you build courage. Time you learn from failure and keep moving forward, you build resilience. Each time you overcome doubt and trust yourself, confidence. Over time, these qualities combine to create unstoppable momentum that carries you toward your goals. Also important to remember that breakthroughs aren't always giant leaps. Sometimes they're small, quiet shifts, moments of clarity, just to change direction, or small victories that build up over time. What matters most is that you keep pushing forward. When progress seems slow or invisible, that steady movement through fear, failure, and doubt eventually leads to the breakthrough that changes everything. When you embrace this truth, begin to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as signposts guiding you toward growth. You learn to welcome fear as a sign you're stretching beyond your comfort zone. You start to appreciate failure as feedback on your path, and you treat doubt as a challenge to be overcome rather than a verdict on your ability. Breakthroughs are waiting for everyone who refuses to quit. Those who stand tall in the face of fear rise stronger after failure and move forward despite doubt. This is the path to greatness. This is the journey that transforms dreams into reality. So, the next time you feel fear gripping your heart, failure weighing you down, or doubt clouding your mind, remember this. Those feelings are not your enemy. They're the gatekeepers to your breakthrough. Push through them. Fight for your dreams, and watch how everything changes. There's never been a better time than right now to take control of your life and step into your power. So often, people get caught up waiting for the perfect moment, a time when conditions are just right, when obstacles disappear, or when they feel fully ready. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. It keeps you stuck in hesitation, in fear, in the illusion that something external must align before you can act. The reality. Your moment is happening right now, this very second, and it's yours to seize. This moment holds infinite potential. It is the gateway between where you've been and where you want to go. The choices you make now, no matter how small they seem, have the power to set off a chain reaction that changes the entire course of your life. Think about it. Every great achievement, every success story started with a decision made in a single moment. Someone decided not to wait, not to doubt, not to give in. They decided to act. You might feel uncertainty, hesitation, or even fear, and that's natural. The unknown can be intimidating. Important to remember that courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward despite fear. Your moment doesn't require you to be perfect or to have all the answers. It simply asks you to be willing. Take that first step with faith in yourself and the process. In this moment, you hold the power to rewrite your story. The past, with its regrets or missed opportunities, doesn't define you. Neither does the future, which is still unwritten. What matters is the present, the actions you take, the mindset you choose, and the energy you bring. When you commit to your goals now, you set the foundation for everything that follows. There's something electric about embracing the present moment as your moment. Creates a sense of urgency, a fire inside that propels you forward. You stop procrastinating and start prioritizing. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to prove your strength and resilience. Mindset shift is crucial because it moves you from passivity to power. Too often, people give their power away by waiting for the right job, the right partner, the right conditions. But when you recognize that your moment is now, you reclaim that power. You become the architect of your life, designing it intentionally rather than letting it happen by default. This is where transformation begins. Acting in your moment also means embracing imperfection. Waiting for everything to be flawless before you move only delays your progress. The truth is, growth happens in the doing, in trying, failing, learning, and trying again. Each action you take now no matter how imperfect, builds momentum. It's like lighting a fire. A single spark can ignite a blaze that warms and lights your entire path forward. Your moment also carries responsibility. It calls you to be present, to own your decisions, and to hold yourself accountable. Asks you to stop making excuses and start making choices. The energy you put at this moment will ripple through your life, influencing not just your future, but also those around you. When you live as if this moment is your moment, you inspire others. Your confidence, your commitment, and your courage become contagious. Create an environment where possibility thrives because you're showing that change is possible, that dreams are worth chasing. Setbacks don't have to be the end. So, what will you do with your moment? Will you let it slip away, waiting for a better time that may never come? Or will you grab hold of it with both hands, fueled by belief and determination? The choice is yours, and it's one of the most powerful choices you'll ever make. Remember, the present moment is the only one you truly have. The past is gone, and the future is yet to be written. Your power lies in this second. This choice, seize it, act on it, and watch how your life transforms when you embrace that your moment is now.